Alright, man, let's go ahead and get into it. My top 32 rankings of each, QB. And, yeah, I definitely would love to hear y'all thoughts on this because I also, I have my list. I have it, like, rolled out, and I have it, in tiers. And I'm going to show both of them at the end of this video so you can see, like, a general understanding of where I'm coming from, right, in terms of ranking these QB. Because I feel like QB ranking list is like folks just don't like think about the development aspect of ranking QB too early just because they a high draft pick, which I do not understand. That's setting them up for like failure because with like for example like a Bryce Young situation where he comes into a horrible situation in my head, do not have a number one receiver at all. His offensive line play just declines, and you get a season like what Bryce Young had last year. So that's why you really can't like predict these situations. You have to rank accordingly, and then once they actually show you what they can actually do on the football field, then that's when you rank them like where you want to rank them, and that's understandable. So yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. And also for like QBs that was injured, for example, like Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers. Those QBs, I would definitely go into depth of why I have them ranked where they rank. And these still are elite QBs, don't get me wrong, but you also got to think about the age and injury factor to this because you cannot just assume that a 4-year-old Aaron Rodgers is going to be in tip-top condition after tearing his Achilles. Like, you can't predict this, so there's no telling what type of season he might have and what games he might miss due to like Achilles soreness or something else, triggering flaring up. So you never know. So I'm done enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into the ranking list. So number one on my list is obvious. He's gonna be the best QB maybe till he retires, and that's Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP if I'm correct. And this guy is a 2-time MVP. This guy is very, very elite. Like I said in my Chiefs video, I feel I have him ranked as probably my top 3 QB of all time. Now, I understand like folks, want to wait to do that, but look what he has done so far in his career, bro. Like folks thought, oh, he got Mahomes. Well, I say he got Mahomes. He got Kelsey and Hill. Well, like anybody could thrive in that offense. Okay, simple. Tyreek Hill don't resign. All right, so now his wide receiver 1 is Juju Smith-Schuster, and then he got who's his number 2? So yeah, that wasn't like an ideal situation. They won a ring. Okay, Juju Smith, he decided to get the bag. He went to the Patriots. He went to the Patriots. Okay, so who's his wide receiver 1 now? Now they have to rely on rookie and Rasheed Rice, and we see what's going on with him in the offseason. So that's not even like a situation that you can really guarantee on. But yeah, you have Rasheed Rice as a number 1 receiver. Then who else? Like Kadarius Toney was supposed to be the one that break out last season. That was a disaster. Dropping everything was most of the reason why Patrick Mahomes was throwing all these picks. Then you have McCole Hardman, who they got later on in the season because they just didn't want no more. You got him, not too special. Then you have Sky Moore, who's also another person that was supposed to break out this season, and he didn't show no flashes. And then you have this dude named Watson. Like he give you a couple like big plays a game, but you're not relying on him to be like a top flight receiver on your depth chart. So this was the receiving core Patrick Mahomes was working with all season, and guess what? They won another championship. So that should tell you that this man is like has GOAT potential. He can thrive in any situation, just like Tom Brady has done in his career. And yeah, he will always be number 1, unless somebody show me different. Like this is literally the Patrick Mahomes era. He's literally been in the conference championship basically his whole career. So yeah, until somebody convince me otherwise, this man's gonna be QB1 the rest of his career. Okay, so let's move on. The QB2 on my list, and folks need to just stop overthinking this, is Josh Allen. Now, I understand like Josh Allen had a weird season this year because their team was losing, then they fired the offensive coordinator, then the new offensive coordinator, he prioritize throwing the ball more to the running back, basically getting them more involved in the passing game. They run the ball a lot more and stuff like that. And basically the attack was way different from like Ken Dorsey to I forgot his first name, something Brady. I forgot his first name, but he came from LSU. It was like very different like offenses, and you saw down the stretch of the season, the Bills ran the table. Now Josh Allen is definitely responsible for it because this guy is a force in the run game. You cannot get him down easily because this guy like what 6'5", 6'6", like 240 some pounds or something like that. He's so agile and so powerful. This reminds you of a Cam Newton. If he run at you, I don't know how that exchange is going to be. And he's not going to lower his shoulder because his right shoulder, that's the moneymaker. So so he's not going to do all that. But trust me, you do not want to get into a tackle battle with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen. That's all I got to say. But yeah, this man Josh Allen, if he can like stay consistent with not turning the ball over, and it's very hard to like say like stop putting your team in situations. But the fact of the matter is, his big time playability is what makes him Josh Allen. Like he needs to push the ball downfield to actually keep defenses honest. And if you just like let him just sit back and just not use him to his strengths, it's just like he's not Josh Allen no more. That's why like I can understand like the terms being high and the type of plays that that's like what you doing, Josh Allen. But there were plays within the season that folks were like actually the ball was going through their hands and they were just letting the defense get it, bro. Like it was situations like that, just like Dak was dealing with last year or the season prior. So yeah, the Josh Allen hate is like it's wild. Because to be honest with you, they could have won the game versus the Chiefs if Stephon Diggs knew how to catch the ball. But I'm not going to get into that because this is about Josh Allen. So yeah, Josh Allen, he's going to be QB2 until somebody convinces me otherwise. Now, who I got is QB3? He just won his second MVP. That's Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is very interesting because his record in the playoffs is screamed like, dog, what is this? Like this is not like top 3 QB level, but to be honest with you, this man is a walking 10-win season a year. He in his career, 2 times out of his entire career, he's been the number 1 seed. Mind you, this guy's not even like close to 30 yet. Well, I think he is close to 30, but he's not like on the brink of 30. 2 times in his career, he's been the number 1 seed, and now the first time the number 1 seed, that was kind of like disaster because the Titans should not have won that game, and especially in the fashion they did. But this year though, this was their prime opportunity because their defense was elite. They had Mike McDonald running that unit. That unit was flying all over the field. That was a special unit. And then you had Lamar Jackson with his new offensive coordinator. They prioritized the ground game, and and they basically attacked in the intermediate short intermediate range with Zay Flowers. Then you had Odell Beckham could give you flashes here and there, and then it wasn't Baby. I forgot who was the third receiver. Then you had Mark Andrews. Then unfortunately he got hurt. Then you had what's it? Dang, is his name Lively? No, Likely. That's his name. Then you had him replace Mark Andrews. He just fit him just like a glove. And then you can make Mark Andrews expendable now since you're not finna rely on aging tight end. So yeah, this team was definitely like always going to be set up to win with Lamar Jackson's QB, and if he can continue to put out a healthy season, I see like no problem continuing to keep ranking him in QB3 unless the other QB behind him, lead their teams to deep playoff runs and stuff like that. 4, it may surprise you, but it's not surprising me. I have Justin Herbert, and I'm finna explain why the other QB you probably think should have been in the spot, not here. But yeah, Justin Herbert, I just don't understand like why folks think he's like responsible for the Chargers like stinking up, but that is wild because they offense. I mean, they not even their offense, like they roster and how they were utilized was god awful. Now, when they had the dude named Lombardi as the offensive coordinator, they offense was not good. It didn't fully utilize Justin Herbert's strengths, and it just all this it just wasn't good. That's all I got to say about that. And then you get more from the Cowboys, the offensive coordinator, right? And then they always prioritize pushing the ball more, but to be honest with you, they didn't have the skill set to actually do that often because Mike Williams, he got hurt. Keenan Allen, he's not gonna beat you deep, and he's not like Mike Williams, T. Higgins type anyway. He like to beat you in the short intermediate range. He basically more of a slot receiver than a X guy, right? So yeah, the Chargers, they definitely needed some work to be done. That's why they ended up getting Harbaugh from Michigan. They got him, then they got Greg Roman. Harbaugh, that's his guy right there because they used to coach together with the 49ers when they had Colin Kaepernick. And that's why they probably fit see a vision of Justin Herbert running that type style offense. They fit prioritize the run game more. Then when you prioritize that, boom, play action game, then Justin Herbert can just bomb it deep. So yeah, this offense, it has potential to be good. I understand the cause to pause with a Greg Roman offense because his passing schemes is really not that good, especially what we've seen with the Ravens and stuff. It definitely was not good. But if he can scheme up some good passing and good play action boots and stuff like that, bro, this has the potential to be a good offense. But we got to wait and see. All right, so let's go ahead and address right now. The fifth QB on my list, Joe Burrow. Now, the reason why I don't have Joe Burrow in 2, 3, or 4 is because last season, it was like a mid-season with Joe Burrow. Now, and this also why I have him ranked low as well. The injuries in training camp is what's holding the Bengals back. To be honest with you. I think he had an epidectomy or something like that. It's something dealing with your right up in here and stuff like that. Is it epidectomy? Oh, you know what I'm trying to say. He had that surgery. He had to miss most of training camp with that. Then this last year he had a calf injury, and basically he tried to play through it and it was bad. So and then when you put out bad film, you know folks are going to criticize you because you really should not be playing on that, especially since the way he was looking throughout the whole season. He was in danger zone of doing something really, really bad, but during the course of the season, it got better, and that's why his performance started to get better. But then, as he started to get better, he had this wrist injury that nobody didn't talk about. Even in the Thursday night broadcast on Amazon, they didn't know he had a wrist injury, and because he wasn't even listed on the injury report. So I think the Bengals had to get fined or something like that for not disclosing the information. And yeah, Joe Burrow, he needs to find a way to put out a healthy season throughout the season, because the last 2 years has not been he starts out slow, then he has to pick up his play throughout the season. And it's do I really want to rank this guy as QB 2 or 3? Because that would not be fair for the other QBs that have on this list, because he starts out slow every year, then he has to pick it right back up, and then he does good in the playoffs, but not some outstanding feats, right? He does what he needs to do in the playoffs. Be it Joe Burrow, he's still elite QB, still elite processor. He get the ball in his hands quick, but he also do have trouble of getting the ball out quick sometimes. Folks think that's a big issue. I really don't think it's a big issue. I feel like the offensive line play just needs to be better. And yeah, that's what I got for Joe Burrow. Now, next QB on my list may surprise you, but the real probably no though. I have Matthew Stafford as my 6th QB on my list. Now, Matthew Stafford, I want to say the last 2 years, last year or so, he has not been healthy. He was not healthy, and that's why the Rams was not really all that special. It's after they won the championship. These are the last 2. I said most definitely the year prior he was definitely hurt. He was dealing with all types of nagging injuries. I think he had maybe like an elbow injury. No, I don't think it was definitely something that was giving him problems, that was definitely affecting him throughout the whole season. Then he had some type of lower body injury that basically took him out for the rest of that year. Then once he got the surgery to get everything corrected, then he put out the elite season that we all know he was capable of having. And then the Rams made it to the playoffs once again. I honestly thought they was gonna be able to upset the Detroit Lions, but the Detroit Lions definitely surprised me. Their defense came into play, and their offense definitely came to play. And it just kept the Rams off balance, and they unfortunately lost. But this guy, Matthew Stafford, still got big time playability. Yes, he's aging, but that's not going to affect me for putting him 6th on my list. Big time playability. He got great arm talent. Can push the ball downfield wherever he wants to. He can look off a defense. It's like, what more can you like from Matthew Stafford? So, yeah, that's the reason why I have him 6th on my list. Now, we go to 7 on my list. I have Dak Prescott. Now, the reason why I have Dak Prescott on my list at 7 because, listen, we know we can criticize him for that playoff performance he had versus the Green Bay Packers. But throughout the regular season, there was moments that he had to carry the team on his back. And if I'm correct, I think he was like at the top of the league of touchdown passes. So, yes, this man Dak Prescott, even though folks may not like him because he played for the Cowboys, that's understandable. I do not like the Cowboys either, so it is what it is. But yeah, Dak Prescott though, he can command the offense, can basically control the line of scrimmage. He can pick up defenses real good. He's very accurate with the football. He can get the ball in his hands quick, and then when he needs to, he can definitely bomb them to CeeDee Lamb or whoever they have on the offense. Now, to be honest with you, and Brandon Cook, I don't want to say whoever that Brandon Cook, that's the other person that he can bomb it to. But yeah, the playoff performances though, it has to change because that's why his perception and reputation has been like very trash because of his playoff performances. Now the Cowboys haven't been to a conference championship to this day since the 90s. That's not good. That Prescott got to turn this around, especially since he on a contract here. He definitely gonna have to perform up to standard, or the Cowboys can just look to move on elsewhere with their QB spot. But like I said, that Prescott can command the offense. He got great accuracy all over the field, and if he can string together a playoff run, I feel like his reputation, his perception and reputation will definitely be way better than it is right now. So, number 8 on my list, I have Jordan Love. And by the sound of my voice, I'm probably going to do my top 15. Then I'm going to do a part 2 with the others. Alright, so Jordan Love. This man Jordan Love is a special QB. Now, to be honest with you, I have faith in him. Like when they drafted him to be the Aaron Rodgers heir apparent, I thought, okay, this is a smart move. Even though you're gonna make Aaron Rodgers mad, you're gonna make him mad. But when I saw him on the field, it was like, ooh, they make the right decision. Then when Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets, and we saw him in preseason just doing all types of crazy stuff, basically just having Aaron Rodgers type ability, he's like, okay, we can see some. Then week 1 happened when you just like throwing fadeaway passes against the Bears, I believe. It's like, dang, okay, we might have some. Then the middle of the season happened. He was very inaccurate in the middle of the field, intermediate range, and then he kept trying to bomb the ball deep when it wasn't there. So when the bye week happened, they decided to iron stuff out, basically made it more easier for Jordan Love to actually run the offense, and then we saw him just go crazy. And he was the league leader in touchdown passes. So this guy, Jordan Love, he's special, he's young, the receiving core young, the defense pretty young. This could be a special run for the Cowboys if they, for the Packers, if they can find consistency with Jordan Love. If they can find consistency with him, I feel like the Packers have a legitimate chance to basically win the Super Bowl. And that's very bold, but they're definitely a dark horse candidate, especially with the offensive mind and brain of Matt LaFleur and that staff and stuff like that, they definitely can go and run. Alright, so number 9 QB on my list, I have C.J. Stroud. Now, C.J. Stroud, he put up an elite rookie season. To be honest with you, I thought in my rankings video of teams, I thought they was gonna go like 5-11. It turned out they won the division and they made it to the second round of the playoffs when they ended up beating the Browns. They ended up losing to the Ravens, unfortunately. But C.J. Stroud, he definitely gonna have stuff that he needs to iron out in his game. Basically, it's basically accuracy issues, and it's just rookie stuff that he needs to work on, because yes, accuracy is his basically claim to fame, but he definitely can get better at that. Consistency, always important, and that's really all I got to say for C.J. Stroud. Now, if he can iron out those things in his game, and with the improved weapons of adding Stephon Diggs to this group, watch out for the Texans. The Texans definitely gonna have, man, they gonna be dominating the AFC South if everything goes well for them, because they also added key additions like Danielle Hunter, they added Aziz Sayer, they added the Nico Autry, and I think they got a corner in the draft, but I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, this is gonna be set for them to be on a special run. 10, I have Aaron Rodgers. Now, like I told you at the beginning of this video, it's going to be definitely hard to rank Aaron Rodgers since he's coming off injury, and in his last relative healthy season, he was injured then. And that's when he had the thumb injury. Now, that season, his last full season, was very weird, because they was actually performing very, very well until he had that thumb injury, and you could tell his accuracy was very hindered because the ball was wobbling all over the place, and yeah, it just seemed to get worse as folks started to hit at it, and then he started to fall on and stuff like that. That didn't help it. So yeah, that man Aaron Rodgers, but he still got arm talent. He can still spin the rock. With his basically his mind, can look off a defense, arm talent, can throw at any arm angle. If he can stay healthy, I feel like the Jets can go and run themselves, because their defense is elite. Their defense is definitely, if the offense, for example, with Peyton Manning, when he was injured there his last 4 seasons in the league, well, not his last season in the league, you saw how that defense turned up. If Aaron Rodgers could just be 2 steps above, better than that, I feel like the Jets can easily make it to the Super Bowl, because anything can happen in the NFL, anything. And I feel like what QB with Aaron Rodgers' caliber and what I think he can do, you definitely have a chance to do something big in the playoffs if he can stay healthy. I'm just gonna keep saying that. Okay, next QB on my list, and this is very hard for me to rank, because I have 3 QBs that can easily be at 11. And that is Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts, I'm not going to front. Coming off the Super Bowl appearance, coming off getting paid, he had a good season. It wasn't stellar, but it was a good season. And then he ended up getting hurt, which limited his mobility, which was basically hurt the Eagles' offense than it already was. The offense was already kind of predictable since they basically ran everything out of shotgun, which I've seen multiple videos on, and it's very crazy to actually listen to actual better football minds than I am. I'm not even close to football mind, to be honest with you. I'm just a watcher of the game, and I'm just trying to learn from other folks, right? But yeah, just to watch they offense be so predictable and not have no diversity in the game, it's a reason why they were able to beat the team they beat at the beginning of the season. But towards the end, we saw them just go on just a whole spell, and they just looked like completely different than what they was during the Super Bowl run. So yeah, this man, and Jalen Hurts has definitely got better with his accuracy and footwork and stuff like that, being on time. If he can continue to do that and keep having consistent performances with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and you had Dallas Goedert and stuff like that, the Eagles can make another run at the Super Bowl again. But it all depends on how the offense looked under Kellen Moore. I don't know why I couldn't think his first name at the beginning of the video, but yeah, Kellen Moore. If the offense is like way better than was, I feel like their defense can I feel like their defense might gonna take an uptick as well with Fangio calling the shots now. Just watch out for the Eagles. That's all I got to say. 12 on my list, I have Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a very slept on QB, but it's a reason why he slept on. He have moments where you say, wow, this man Jared Goff is elite. This is crazy. I can't believe he's doing it. Then you also have performances. Jared Goff, what are you doing, dude? Like, what are you doing? And folks call it the bozo gene, but yeah, that's basically what he be doing when he just playing pathetic. It's very wild to see firsthand. Especially, I know Detroit Lions fans be going through it the most. They see him just put up stellar performances, controlling the game. You already know he's a great passer, great accurate passer, and but it's also things that also prevent him from being the elite of the elite, and that's him extending plays. If he had the ability to extend plays, now it's not bad. It's not like Tua Tagovailoa bad, but if he knew how to extend plays more, his ranking and rankings list would probably be a little higher because he's an accurate passer. He can control the line of scrimmages, and then you see what's happening. He led 2 teams to 2 deep playoff runs. It's unfortunate that they didn't make it to Super Bowl this year because they had a big lead. They just couldn't get the job done. That wasn't Jared Goff's fault. Let me put that out there right now. That was that was Randall's fault. That was basically the playmakers of Jared Goff was basically letting him down, and that's why they blew the lead. But yeah, like I said, if he knew how to extend plays more, he would definitely be higher on my list. And yeah, that's all I got to say about Jared Goff. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest. I did not rank Jared Goff very highly because it just wasn't I just didn't feel comfortable ranking that high in the years prior. But as you see, take a step back and you see him being in another offensive system, you think to yourself, he actually probably is a culture changer, to be honest with you. But like I said, we'll see next year. Hopefully they can do another deep playoff run, especially with the additions of, Brian Brents the year prior. Then you have Jahmyr Gibbs, and he could be a potential offensive rookie of the year candidate. Jameson Williams, hopefully he has a full season. Then you have like I mentioned, Brian Brents. They drafted Terry Arnold. They drafted that DB from Missouri. I can't think of his name. They traded for Carlton Davis. It's this team is set up to actually try to make a run right here. Next person on my list, I have Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy, I feel like he's definitely a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong, he's a great quarterback, but there's definitely stuff that he needs to iron out as well. He definitely needs to get more accurate. And I feel like his accuracy was very wishy-washy, especially when you get deep, especially when he tried to test defenses deep to keep him honest. You can tell his accuracy wasn't there. And then there's stuff at the line of scrimmage that he needs to iron out as well, because you saw too many times in the Super Bowl game, he was always looking toward the sideline, looking for what to do, what play to go to next. Basically, he checking into the right plays, basically controlling the line of scrimmage, basically check should I shift the line left, should I shift the right to pick up a blitz or something like that. There's definitely stuff that Brock Purdy needs to definitely iron out his game to definitely be higher on my list. But don't get me wrong, when he's getting it going, he can get it going, especially in that 24-7 comeback win versus the Lions. Bro, it's just everything just went their way, dog. Brock Purdy, as soon as he got one touchdown, he just kept pushing downfield. Then you have CMC. He's a great safety net. He can run between tackles, run outside. He can catch passes and stuff like that. no, this offense is like so set for him. It's crazy, but Brock Purdy, the person himself has to execute the offense. Not everybody can execute the Shanahan offense, and Brock Purdy, he does it very, very well. I think I also heard something that he's the franchise leader in touchdowns or yards passes or something like that. Crazy good, crazy good. Okay, so this person on my list is Tua. So now Tua, I love Tua. Alabama, he came from Alabama. I love the way he stepped in for Jalen Hurts and took over and won the national championship game for us. But then he had a Heisman type season, but he ended up getting hurt. I think Kyler Murray won that year. But this man Tua, when he's on because he can look off a defense. He got very good accuracy now. Folks say his accuracy is like very overrated. Is what it is. I feel like, but he's definitely a good accurate passer. He look off a defense. Now his arm strength is what's really holding him back. But in an offense that don't need you to push the ball down the field 24/7, you're basically set up for success. Then you have a guy like Tyreek Hill. Then you have Jalen Waddle. You have those type guys, the speedsters outside, and then basically you have the run game with Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. You don't need to be Superman in an offense that does not require you to do that at all. So yeah, that's why. But yeah, the arm strength and the lack of creativity outside the pocket is really what's holding him back, and that's why folks just do not rate him highly at all, and that's very understandable. Last person I'm going to talk about to rest my voice, Kirk Cousins. Now, Kirk Cousins is very interesting. Like I told you, he's just in the same category as Aaron Rodgers. But the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins was not a mobile QB like that. The fact that he got an Achilles injury and got paid the money he did, it's the reason why they drafted Penix from Washington. Because they are not sure what they're going to get from Kirk Cousins. He tore his Achilles, he wasn't a mobile QB, and we're going to see how much that affected. But when Kirk Cousins was on, he was an MVP level QB last season. Kirk Cousins can I thought he was just like what they call it, not a pocket passer. He's definitely a pocket passer, but he just dink and dunk. That's the term. He was just a dink and dunk QB. But last year, he definitely opened my eyes to his game because he was definitely giving Justin Jefferson a chance to be great. He pushed the ball downfield. He had Jordan Addison, who they got from USC. They had T.J. Hawkinson. Basically, that team was special, very special. They could definitely made it to the playoffs again if he didn't get that injury. But yeah, Kirk Cousins, he definitely a QB is okay, you have high moments with him, but can he get even higher? Especially in terms of when he's trying to win playoff games. Yes, he's going to give you high performance, but can he give you the more elite performances to actually prepare you in the later rounds of the playoffs? And he just haven't done it in his career. So that's really all the QBs I have to talk about in part 1 of this video. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to try to rest my voice because that was definitely a lot. And yeah, I don't know.